You're listening to SMS Power Radio.
Holidays are coming, holidays are coming. 'Tis the season, watch out, look around, something's coming, coming to town, coming to your town. Always coming to your town. Something magic in the night, can you see it shining bright?
G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SMS Power Radio, the home where we deploy blip-blop to the masses. This is official, this is episode 14. It has been many months since a show, but I assure you we are back in action. Indeed, the holidays are coming. Thank you to Coca-Cola for that advertisement. That's everyone's favourite drink in the summer. It is indeed quite warm here today. Nevertheless, that means we will have more fun in the show. We're now going to be starting out with some music. Everybody loves music. What better way to start the day with some Super Stripe from Afterburner? This is by Hiroshi Miyachui. And then we're going to be crossing over to Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars. Oh, great game. Everybody loves Alex Kidd, the Waterworld theme. Today's show is absolutely action-packed, so let's get straight into the action with the music. I'm DJ Jacko, and don't forget, you're listening to SMS Power Radio. Enjoy. SMS Power Radio. You're listening to SMS Radio. SMS Power Radio, rather. Sorry. You heard Super Stripe from Afterburner. Then you heard Waterworld from Alex Kid, The Lost Stars. Oh boy, I'm a little bit rusty. It's been a long time since the show. We have some great stuff coming up for you in today's show. We even have an interview. Now, we kind of recorded the interview yesterday and it was very long. But more on that later. I will be telling you more on that later. It's going to be great. We're now going to be crossing over to some Asterix music now. We're now actually hearing 2 songs from Asterix and then 2 songs from Asterix The Great Rescue. This is a quad song hit. Do. That's 4 songs in a row, ladies and gentlemen. No other radio station on the planet plays 4 songs in a row, advertisement free. The only sort of advertising I do is to send us some comments and suggestions. Our email is radio@smspower.org. Also, check our website after the show, radio.smspower.org. And this show will be uploaded in a podcast format for those who missed the live broadcast. Shout-outs to everybody in the IRC channel. Shout-outs to New Electronic. Shout-outs to DM Enduro. Hope you're driving in your car. Dun 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 dun. So I had to quote that Madness song there. Don't have a car crash, whatever you're doing. Don't burst out in laughter and run a red light. I don't want to hear anything tragic about happening to your car, like that story you told me that time when you ate some donuts from Krispy Kreme Donuts and went around a corner a little bit too fast. Don't want none of that, DM Enduro. Shout-outs to AtariRaccoon. Your birthday's coming up in 6 days, so happy birthday. Shout-outs to the people in France, VBT, Bok, you know who you are. And a big shout-out to our colleagues over in the United Kingdom, Maxim and Whitesnake up there in Wales/Scotland. So we're going to be keeping on pressing on with the music. And a big shout-out also to Steve Book over there in Belgium. Thank you very much for listening in, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be hearing the Asterix theme from Asterix, then the Water Cave from Asterix. Then you might hear a jingle or two. Then we're going to be crossing over to Asterix and the Great Rescue, the Stage 1 and Stage 2 themes. Just remember, I'm DJ Jacko, And I think someone might be able to do this better than me one day, but at the moment it's seeming pretty limited. Enjoy this quad song hit, 4 songs in a row from SMS Power Radio. Enjoy.
You are listening to SMS Power Radio.
Rocking out there. Are those drums so groovy? Yeah, rocking on. From those two games, they were Asterix and The Great Rescue. Clearly, Asterix and The Great Rescue is a much better soundtrack. That's by Nathan McCree. I suggest you go and check out that whole soundtrack because it really is quite cool. And guess what, guys? We have another quad song hit. I told you, we're cramming in the songs today. We're just cramming in everything into this show today. Now, these next two songs are from Batman Returns. I actually haven't played this game. I suspect it might be crappy, like the Spider-Man games on the Master System. Oh, they were absolutely woeful. Absolutely shocking. So, we're going to be hearing the Stage 2 and Stage 4 themes from Batman Returns. Dun, 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 dun. Then we're going to be hearing Level 3 from Blade Eagle 3D, and then In-Game from Bomberade. Now, that's probably one of those arcade classics, and I haven't played that as well. So, yeah, here they are. G'day, folks. G'day to Steve Book, our new listener. I did give you a shout-out before, but I'll give you a shout-out now that you're listening. And a big shout-out to Martin Mann down there in Germany. Steve and Martin probably geographically don't actually live that far away from one another. And I believe that they may have seen one another in real life, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, we're cramming in the music, just cramming in the music. So, yes, we're now going to be hearing from Batman Returns, and then Blade Eagle 3D, then Bomberade here on SMS Power Radio. I am DJ Jacko.
You are listening to SMS Power Radio.
Dun, da, dun, dun, ding, da, da, dun, da. Yes, that song is so cheerful. So cute, isn't it? So, so cute. Okay, we have VBT's favourite music coming up now. And he pointed this out earlier, so I'm not even going to bother announcing what it is. You can figure that one out yourselves. Then after the mystery tune, woo, we have BGM 1 and BGM 2 from Buggy Run. Now, I don't know who composed the soundtrack for Buggy Run. It is currently tagged as an unknown author in the VGM packs. So if you know who composed the music for Buggy Run, please post it on the forums so we can get these VGM packs happening. They really do need quite an update. And I'm meant to be working on it as I speak. I've already found some dodgily trimmed VGMs while listening to the show. So there you go. I will be sure to fix them up afterwards. So here we go with a mystery tune. Woo! And then BGM 1 and BGM 2 from Buggy Run. I'm DJ Jacko. You're listening to SMS Power Radio. It's heating up in here. You're listening to SMS Power Radio. I'm DJ Jacko, and we're now crossing over to some really, really cool Mega Drive music. Now, who remembers the game Chuck Rock 2 Son of Chuck? It's a game that I really want on the Master System, but I want it on the Mega Drive because it's such an awesome game. We're going to be hearing two songs from that, the Stone Age Suburbs theme, and then the Fruit Mountain, Snow Problem, Meet Morgan Moose. That's what the song's called. I'll say that again. The Fruit Mountain, Snow Problem, Meet Morgan Moose. Ooh. Now these are in stereo too, unlike the Master System, which are in mono. It's just the sound chips, but it sounds cool. So here you are with some stuff from Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. This is the Mega Drive version of the game, by the way. The second song you'll be hearing, the Fruit Mountain, Snow Problem, Meet Morgan Moose, is actually the first level theme from the Master System game. You should be able to pick that out if you've played the game. I'm DJ Jacko, you're listening to SMS Power Radio, and it's heating up in here. SMS Power Radio. you love that sound effect. Okay, we have reached a very, very special time in the show. This could possibly be the highlight of the show. It's an interview with a very, very special man. This is an exclusive to SMS Power Radio, as all those people on like the E channel and all that say. It's an exclusive. This man is sitting on the IRC channel as I type, or as I speak, whatever I'm doing at the time. He just typed beep beep. So, without further ado, I am now introducing you to AtariRaccoon. Now, this guy has a legacy. This guy is a very cheerful fellow. This guy, I'm hoping, is going to make you laugh. A bit of a shake-up here at SMS Power Radio. Excuse me. So I'm going to be splitting up the interview into two parts because it's so long. It's 13 minutes in length, but we'll be splitting it up into two chunks. So, gasp everyone, this is AtariRaccoon on SMS Power Radio. G'day.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding. This is indeed AtariRaccoon here for SMS Power Radio, doing a rather impromptu interview. Now, a little bit of background behind this interview. I gave these questions to AtariRaccoon, must have been about 2 months ago now, you think?
2, 3, 4, 6, I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. So, we both have questions, and at least with this interview, he's had time to study them, so hopefully we can finally do a proper interview without...
I don't know, I don't think I studied for my test.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Maxim. This is going to be a proper interview. It's actually going to have some sort of story behind it. So, I guess we'll start out with, a bit of brief history about yourself. Obviously, what's your name and the systems you own and love?
Oh, my name is Adam Curran. Let's see, systems I've owned. Oh, Atari 2600 during the game crash in the early 80s. Then after that, I sold that and bought the Sega Master System. Ooh, how fun.
We all love that.
Had that for a few years, and then 1989 Christmas came, and I got a NES. Didn't say that too loud. Only bought two games for that, so that was not really like.
The system was crap, did you? Or?
Well, I didn't know really, because I just had the Sega Master System. I wanted something different, so. I only got Mario 2 and 3 for it and rented a bunch of games. That was it, so it's not like, woohoo.
Yeah.
Then the 16-bit era came, and that came with the TurboGrafx 16, followed by the Genesis, or what Euro people like to call the Sega Mach Drive, or whatever it was.
The Drive. Not
the Mega Drive system, the Mark Drive's the Japanese name, right? And of course, that was followed by a PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and, well, that's the extent of it right now.
That's cool. That's cool. Obviously, the one you love the most has to be the Master System. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today talking.
Oh, it was the NES. No, that was the Sega Master System and the Genesis, same stuff.
So, obviously, you discovered it when you were a young kid. You're probably...
Oh, jeez, grade 4.
Oh, so it's one of those things your parents buy for the kids. I remember, like, my Master System come when I had started primary school. And I remember waking up early Christmas morning and it was... Oh, that Alex Kidd on the screen. What a fascinating person that was. And I have vivid memories of that. Well, what were your favourite games on the system?
Oh, Alex Kidd in Miracle World, hands down.
Yeah.
Wonder Boy 2, a.k.a. Oh, yeah, it has to be.
That's cool. Yeah.
And there was Wonder Boy in Monsterland or Wonder Boy 2, wherever it was. I was supposed to get the first Wonder Boy for my birthday, but my parents went to the States, got a different one, and hooked on that. Despite what everyone says about the third one, I still like the second one better.
Ah, okay. Now, obviously later in life you discovered, this programming thing looks pretty good. I might take that up as a career. But you have a bit of a legacy in college. You Language.
Oh, yeah. Found it more like forced into it. Oh, what a terrible alternative. Well, and this, and I program Sega games too now. Yeah, I should be shot right now. But nonetheless, high school I learned programming. Ooh, I like this. I'm good at it. I'm better than everyone else. I went to university to do it. Spent most of the time learning BASIC and Fortran and COBOL and C++ for the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth year of university. But there was also another supplement course on Intro to Assembly Language. So I said, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Well, after the first midterm came out, I had the highest mark in the class with only 60% on the test. Well, you all start to realize, hey, this is crap. This professor cannot teach us at all.
So, wasn't, if I remember correctly, you were saying, like, the whole class pretty much just failed this assembly?
Oh, 90% of us either failed or dropped out.
Oh, that's shocking.
We bought the textbooks and everything, and I looked at it, and it's like gibberish. And if you compare that to Maxim's tutorials, I think it was Maxim, was it not?
Yeah.
I looked at that 10-page. This is the professor taught us, assembly code, but did not teach us, these are the WLXDA codes that run in the assembler, but I'm not going to teach you any of it. Make it figure it out on your own. Yeah, great way to teach us.
So, I'm guessing, as the next question, like, did you bring yourself to eventually relearning assembly? And obviously, did you use Maxim's tutorials, or?
Oh, yeah. It all is thanks to Mecha. Must thank Mecha. Back 4 or 5 years ago, I downloaded it, loved it. Loved the fact that it tried to play Opal Sound, which isn't supported on my computer. It sounded like a garbage band. Well, a couple years later, I had to reformat my hard drive and I forgot all about poor little Mecha. So, exactly 1 year and 2 months ago to this date.
Wow, that's exactly.
I re-downloaded Mecha. And I started let's look at some of the other websites. So I'm flicking through, and it's like, how to program Sega Master System games. Well, gosh darn dang it, I clicked on that so fast your head spin. I looked at it, the first 3 sentences, assembly language, and I'm like, oh, no, not assembly language.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, going back to my assembly language, like, oh god, I cannot even remember my notes. I could not make sense of the textbook or the notes. This is probably going to be impossible for me. So I look through it anyways. I'm looking, I do with the trial programs, work along with it. It's like, hey, I'm actually getting the hang of this. This is interesting. I can do this.
Wow.
And so I started my own little test scrolling program, and then I thought, well, I could add a background to it. I got enough know-how, and anyone who's seen the ROM, well, there was that scrolling screen pattern, and the background text title screen was what I came up with. So I thought, wow, assembly language is actually easy. How much harder was this compared to when Professor taught? So I went 8 floors down to my basement, went in them big old dusty boxes, and I pried out the textbook, and I pried out the copywritten class notes. What a doofus. And I looked through both of the books, it's like, oh my god, this didn't make sense to me during the exam, but now, it's like the Matrix. I know who. I understand it all perfectly. From Maxim's, what would amount to as a 10-page tutorial, taught me everything I could have learned in university, but my idiot professor failed to, and was fortunately kicked out of university 3 years ago for his crappy practices, finally.
So, are you actually, working on any demos at this present day? So, we will be rejoining that interview a little bit later. As you can tell, AtariRac has quite the story to tell about failing assembly in college. It is like the epiphany of his life. So we will be coming back to that, and it's a great interview, and I have to thank AtariRaccoon for coming along yesterday. I do apologise about the audio quality. I think last night when I was editing it, my voice is way too quiet for some reason. The gain knob somehow stuck on my mixer, and I think sound buffer stuffed up and all sorts of weird stuff. So I had to lift my voice in between the pockets of when Adam wasn't talking, so it kind of doesn't sound that great. So I do apologise. We were going to try and re-record it, but we sort of figured, well, an interview just isn't as good the second time around. So anyway, we'll be coming back to that later. We're now going to be crossing over to some more Mega Drive music. We're going to be hearing Headdy the Hero from Dynamite Headdy, and then we're crossing back over to two more songs from the Sega Master System, both from Outrun 3D. We're going to be hearing Color Ocean and then Shining Wind. And then after that, we'll be coming back to the end of the interview. I'm DJ Jacko. You're listening to SMS Power Radio.
are listening to SMS Power Radio.
Yes, you're listening to SMS Power Radio there. You heard a few songs. You heard Headdy the Hero from Dynamite Headdy. Then you heard Color Ocean from OutRun 3D. And currently playing is Shining Wind OutRun 3D. Now, just recalling before this block of three songs, we were in the middle of a interview with Adam Kuran, or AtariRaccoon, as known to the community. Now, his legacy was currently at him failing assembly in university, and yeah, it's quite a cool legacy, isn't it? So we're now going to be crossing back to that interview to hear the conclusion, and we have some surprises for you at the end of this interview, so keep listening and enjoy the interview. This is DJ Jacko. You're currently listening to SMS Power Radio.
Tutorial taught me everything I could have learned in university, but my idiot professor failed to, and was fortunately kicked out of university 3 years ago for his crappy practices, finally.
So, are you actually, like, working on any demos at this present day, or... I know you had that funky little thing. What was it called? Was it actually like a raccoon or something like that?
Yeah, it was an attempt to take some of my own artistic skills and then render it down to the 8-bit era. And at first it was going to be a joke, because, like, I used to watch Samurai Pizza Cats. Some people, you may have heard of it. Interesting cartoon that came out in the early 90s. English retranslation of a Jack No. It was hilarious. So many... It sucked, and a lot of the fans like, oh, someone should make it better one, blah, blah, blah. Some people did. It stunk, so I thought, as a lark, make one myself, one that actually plays, though, not some stupid screenshots. And that just turned into my little pet project I'm working on. But I am announcing. I am entering the coding competition 2009 due to the utter lack of entries of last year. The utter lack of entries from last year ticked me off. Music entries, fine. That was superb. But the programming, I was disappointed. I was expecting something. I would even entered my little demo program myself if I knew, but lo and behold, cowbell will ring this March 2009.
Doom. Now, you have some other interesting personal traits. And you said that, look at that, he belches on command. That's fantastic. I'm sure the listeners are all laughing.
Oh, yeah.
We actually have one of our listeners is very special. He listens to the radio show while he drives around in his car.
So, AtariRac, have you got any shout-outs to anyone at all?
Shout out. Everyone at SMS Power Radio. Almost at M. BS&D, just get some bondage going to the bondage group. Yeah, sure. Good for verbal farts right there, the verbal diarrhea in the mind, blockages in the brain, stoppages. That was completely improvised, and it's not in the script, as it says right here.
But I suppose before we go, have you got any songs that you want played, or would you like to even announce the next song, or announce a song that you want played?
Ooh, you might have a hard time having this one. It's a Sega arcade game.
Ooh.
It comes from Sega OutRunners. Ooh, the sequel to OutRun. Ooh.
OutRunners? That was a sequel?
To OutRun? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna have to give you the ROM, then you can just extract it from that then.
Yeah, alright, cool. So, what's the song called?
I can't remember the name. It's either Sonic Boom or Sonic Dash. One of the 15 or so soundtracks in the sequel of OutRun.
Okay, now you said to us before that you wanted to propose a interesting trivia question.
This is for the forums, and if anyone can answer this one, you know your video games, especially Sega games. Here is the question. Name the first Sega arcade game. Now, I could be wrong about being the first, but it's very old. It's probably the first. The first game where Michael Jackson appears in.
Ooh.
I may have to give a hint in a couple of days or so on the forum in case people are really stumped.
Yes, so everybody should check out after the show the forum post that AtariRac will create and post your answers there. So what would someone get if they get the answer correct?
He gets me congratulated 1,800 times on the forums.
There we go.
And officially give that person 20% more cowbell.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time today, Adam.
No problem.
With you coming on the show.
And it's been a pleasure having you on the show. So we're now going to cross over to the song that Adam wanted played. This is entitled Sonic Crush from the OutRunners on MAME 32.
And so thank you very much to AtariRaccoon for that interview. It's finally over. It was a big 13-minute marathon, but boy, it was so much fun. We're now going to be crossing over. We've got a few more songs for you today. Only a few more songs. We're going to be hearing from our friend Alex Mauer. Now, he produced the System of a Master album, but now we're going to be hearing some stuff from his Eat People 1, 2, 3 album, which is like sort of 3 albums composed into one. We're going to be hearing 2 songs called Fun and Spaxe. I'm DJ Jacko. You're listening to SMS Power Radio. And thank you, there was Alex Mauer with Fun and Spaxe there from his Eat People 1, 2, 3 albums. Now, there's another chat at the radio. Another chat? Oh, okay. Anyway, I don't know what Martin's on about. He's saying there's another chat at the radio, but I'm not too sure what he means by that. Anyway, we're now going to be hearing from a local act. Now, this guy is really, really cool. He's currently doing a doctorate in some sort of music technology or something like that down at the university that I study at. Him and me, we get on good terms with one another. You know, we're very cheerful characters. We always talk about games and Sega every time we meet up. So it's fantastic. You need friends like that in life. Just people that talk about Sega all the time. We're going to be hearing a song by a guy called Little Scale. Now, you must check out his website. Little Scale is hyphenated, so it's little-scale. So his website is little-scale.blogspot.com, and he updates that probably, 2 or 3 times a week. This song was from 8-Bit Collective, and it was a Australian chiptune album that was produced. I did have a song on there, so I might play that for you in next week's show. I produced it in Milky Tracker using my Nintendo DS. But this song is entirely composed of sounds from real systems, including a Sega Master System. It's a song called Antarctica, and I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. So this is the final song for today's show. It has been a long show, and thank you for sticking in there and listening in. It's been a great show too. We've had lots of fun music and a really cool interview from AtariRaccoon. So if you want to be interviewed on the show, just drop us an email. Our email is radio@smspower.org, and also check out our website a little later on this week, as we'll be posting the show in podcast format. So for more clarification, that question from AtariRack's interview was, what is one of the first Sega arcade games to have Michael Jackson in it? There is a topic up now at the forums, so start replying. And yeah, you don't really get a prize, but you get AtariRaccoon's love. So here is Little Scale with a song entitled Antarctica. I'm DJ Jacko, and you have been listening to SMS Power Radio for around about the past 90 minutes. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have now reached the end of today's show. Anyway, it's all happy. Thank you very much for listening in today. Thank you to all our loyal online listeners. Today we had 6 listeners in on the show, and it's been like that since around about 12:04 p.m. So I've taken a brilliant picture of just the setup I have on my computer. So I'll post that up on the website sometime later this week for your perusal and enjoyment. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening in. This is DJ Jacko streaming out beautiful stuff onto the airways. And I really do appreciate your patronage. And hopefully we'll have a show, I'd say, in around 2 weeks or so. It won't be definitely 200 months again, or it won't be 200 days again. Oh, what a drag. Silly old me, silly old me. Oh well, not to worry. So thank you for listening into the show, and happy memories and later days, to quote Aminex from a show a very long time ago. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, and have a wonderful evening, day, night, afternoon, or whatever you may be experiencing at this present time.